just don't touch me. You're ugly, just don't touch me. You're ugly, bro. I'm godlike, I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl, she musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me. You're ugly, just don't touch me. You're ugly. These women love me, bro. They trying to me. That's the wrong way.
Here at Caleb Williams, he's been sensational as he leads the league in touchdown passes. It's the Browns and the Raiders on Sunday night primetime.
We are just a stone's and gone there. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not.
The shadows starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. And a look at a guy, definitely got a little razzle-dazzle to him. Can do it with his arm or his legs. Their mobile QB.
It's a pretty bland game he had last time out. Ended up throwing one interception. Didn't have a touchdown to offset it. But the team found a way to win. He found a way to lean on other parts of the offense that carried them through.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Right to the air is Daniels. That's taken in. It's Xavier Liggett. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. The numbers for Walker from last week's effort: 17 carries, 90 yards.
He's hoping to have the same type of game, but he's going up against the #1 defense in the league, and they're very good at fitting the run. So now you've got to think offensive strategy, maybe a little more play action, and try and find some people open downfield.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Throwing now is Daniels. Steps away, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Here's Daniel wheeling on now to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by their 3rd-year quarterback.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season. And maybe that's even selling him a little bit He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year. And with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
Here's Williams. Got his man. It's Jonathan Mingo. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
First carry of the game now for the Texas superstar, Bijan Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
65. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up second down. The Browns at 8-1 on the year. They come in here hot. I mean, over the last 9, Charles, they are 8-1.
And that record, the way that they're playing, they've proven to me, and I think anyone else in the league, that they're able to go toe-to-toe with anyone, and they look forward to the challenge.
Williams operating from the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. You look at this Raiders defense, and they find themselves just outside the top 10 in the league against the pass, currently bringing up the number 11 spot.
And while teams don't like to talk about it, they're pretty proud of their rankings. But this ranking is going to be put to the test today because they're going up against a top 5 passing offense in this one.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 41-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up second and 11.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's second and 11. Operating from the gun, Williams. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon. And a terrific return as he takes this thing all the way down near the 20-yard line. Certainly not his best throw that time, and not a good time to make it, Charles, when they were in nickel with 5 defensive backs on the field.
And that's exactly why you have those 5 DBs out there. You want extra speed on the field, guys who have ball skills and understand what the passing game can do, and gives them a chance to react and make a play on the football, and they take one of those away.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They'll have very good starting field position here after the turnover as they search for the first points of the ball game. The man in motion left here, Johnson. Daniels looking to throw. Open man, it's the tight end, Kelsey. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Travis Kelsey, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open. He has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Now the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either, and it's 7-0. A nice, tidy little drive there, getting the ball in excellent field position, and only one play to score it. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a tough guy to contain this year, and his numbers reflect that, as you can see right here. The Browns drive about to get started. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think
close to the 40 before being taken down. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 42-yard line. Operating from the gun, Williams. Throw finding Thornton over the middle. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. From the gun, here's Williams. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. That goes for a gain of 31. So 3 plays, already 1st and goal, and they are wasting little time. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Cleveland. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and they actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on the stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams...
The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. Here's a 2nd and 8. As they've got it as we resume action. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. They're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. And they go play action. Daniels. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Here's Daniel Whelan now. $40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The home team's offense and their running back getting set to go once more. He is the NFL's leader in rushing yards to this point in the season. And if he can replicate or even surpass the production that he had over the first half of the year, he's going to have a good chance to take home the title. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Williams. Eluding the pressure right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in. And he's just got to throw this one away.
Working out of the gun, Williams. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Loose inside the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Walker now on 1st and 10. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal. That run's successful in large part because they had a lot of extra help blocking up front.
Yeah, you've got guys who can do that very, very well. In addition, they can catch the football. So sometimes when they line up with 3 tight ends, it's not necessarily to run it, and that gives you an advantage when you do decide to barrel off the line of scrimmage and block people downfield.
To the air goes Daniels. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Down this close to the goal line, 1st down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball 1st down in this situation because 2nd down, that gives me an option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Walker. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Walker once more, but he will lose yardage here. Back to the 4-yard line. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
One word comes to mind to me after that last play, and that's alert. That defense took a chance guessing the snap count, and they were so right. Got a great push up front, and that forces 4th and goal.
Well, Charles, I think you'd have to call that a win for the defense after the turnover already in field goal range, and they had to settle for 3.
Yeah, Bean, the beautiful part is you start so close to the end zone that your thought process on offense has to loosen up a little bit because you're thinking to yourself, you're almost guaranteed 3. Let's take some good shots at the end zone and try and turn it into 6.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. And a nifty return there all the way across the 40. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. 2nd down and a yard. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. 22 yards there, a first down. And now hold everything here as the challenge flag is out. And we're going to get a review.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Winds up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. Williams loses the football, and the Raiders pick it up, and they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. And they were in the hurry up, maybe got going a little too fast.
And sometimes that's the danger of going to that type of a system, is that you don't take care of things as well as you would in normal situations. You get going so fast, you speed up, and you don't take care of the ball. And we just saw one hit the ground.
Absolutely, we saw what can happen. Here's Daniels. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Daniels. Trying for Ayuk, but it's intercepted. And the Browns are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
And he will be taken down, but it is a huge play there to flip field position. And they'll be on the other side of the field as we have reached the 2-minute warning. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw, Williams. Flushed out right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. Looking to throw is Williams. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Robinson trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This Raider defense not giving in. They'll try to hold once more on 3rd and goal. They'll look to throw for it with Williams. Flush to his right. And he'll just chuck this one up into row G. It's incomplete. You can already start to hear this crowd. They're saying, go for it.
Yeah, have we ever been at a game where you've heard the crowd go, field goal, field goal?
No, I have not. That's a good point.
Yeah, they always want to go for it, and I think they've got the right idea right now. The way they've moved the ball in this drive, I wouldn't stop that momentum. Go get it.
Oh, they're changing this at the line. They'll run for it with Robinson. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Bijan Robinson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Browns have taken the lead here in the final stages of this first half. Aubrey good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have reached halftime here in Cleveland with the Browns on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the Bears who pick up the victory at home. Zay Flowers, 2 touchdown catches in the victory. Next, we'll head over to check on the Giants at home at MetLife Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Kyler Murray, another strong game as his guys moved to 9-1 on the season. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Arizona Cardinals. Dak Prescott, strong in the win, as his guys start the second half with a victory that moves them to 6-3 on the year. It was a former Longhorn, Bijan Robinson, who was tough to stop in that first half. He had a nose for the end zone as he wound up with 2 touchdowns on the ground in those first 2 quarters. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, but we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side could play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. Oh, a danger running back headed back onto the field. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game as you take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards by a running back, and he's right there in the mix. The Browns drive about to get started. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
They'll look to throw now on first down. That's out wide here for Robinson. To throw, it's Williams. And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Multiple defenders getting home there for a loss of 11. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Williams. Completes this one to Thornton. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. To the air. Williams. Looking to throw. Williams. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on fourth down. And the Raider D, they get the football back. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they're able to swarm him behind the line, and his rough night continues. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Now Daniels. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he'll get positive yardage there as he'll be touched down.
Let's not quibble about the game there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4. Blitz forthcoming as he'll look to throw. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Here's the Raiders punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. So here are the Browns to take over. They were winners a week ago over the Bucs. They lead here as well as they come up on 1st down. Throwing to start the drive. Williams. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. Back to throw now on 1st down. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Going to throw right side here, complete. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd down, Robinson. And he's got the 1st down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he'll bring this one back to the 29. So turnovers, Charles, you figure will be key in the 2nd half, and that's a big giveaway there.
Yeah, and as you and I both know, coaches are always preaching ball security, and none more often than right here in the 2nd half of a tight football game.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Brandon Ayuk, 29 yards. And the Raiders have retaken a 3rd quarter lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 17-14. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And it's been a rough night at the office for him. He's been more of a liability than an asset throughout the contest. And this offense is having a hard time overcoming his struggles to this point. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Charles, you got to think the #1 goal here is ball security. Remember, last drive they coughed it up. Then they allowed the touchdown, and now they're trailing on the scoreboard.
Boy, the way you described it makes me think that that one actually hurt them 3 times. The fumble cost them potential points. Then they watched their opponent get a touchdown off of the fumble. And third, they lost the lead as a result. Really tough sequence right there. I don't think coaches have to remind them to hold on to the football. They've just got to find a way to get it done.
That's a loss of 8 yards there to bring up third.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
But we saw that he had a lot of success last week throwing the football, but that hasn't translated to this week. But with his team behind, I don't expect him to back off. I expect him to keep firing.
On 4th down, here's Williams. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
It's just been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. From the 9, 2nd and 5. Straight ahead, Walker. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. The offense on 3rd down tonight, not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Working out of the gun, Daniels. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Short yardage situation, you have to wonder if they thought that they were just going to run it inside. But you have to be cognizant of the back slipping out of the backfield trying to find some open space. And that's exactly what he does to the tune of a 1st down.
Here's Walker. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ken Walker, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Raiders will add to their 4th quarter lead. Though CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively because to me, they look like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Extra point right down the middle, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 4 plays. And it was Kenneth Walker finishing things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. From the shotgun, a throw for Williams. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. That is incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Here's Williams. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way down to the 5. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Back to throw again. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. From 8 yards out. And the Browns have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. For quarterbacks, there are a number of ways to measure a good statistical season. This is one of them. That last touchdown pass, his 30th on the year. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Las Vegas' offense back out there ready to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And all the way down to the 29. It's a big play there for Vegas. 42 yards.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now as they're down to the 29-yard line. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part. He's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Xavier Legette, 37 yards. And the Raiders are able to widen their advantage. Extra point splits the uprights, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in the landing zone, this will come out to the 20. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes the right read seemingly every time. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the 4th quarter. This drive becomes very critical. Here's Williams, throwing to start the drive, eluding the pressure right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
There's a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's thrown a few interceptions so far. That time he said, I'm making sure nobody catches this one.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still second down.
And now after the delay of game, they're operating behind the sticks, 2nd and 15.
From the gun, here's Williams. Got his man, it's Thornton.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Now they'll audible to something else. Throwing is Williams.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 11 more on that one and another first down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
Williams going to look to throw again.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 41.
Delay of game, offense.
Well, everybody was up there ready at the line of scrimmage, CD, but no snap, and the delay of game
Still first
ensued.
down.
Yeah, and I'm sure their head coach is asking the exact same thing. What's going on out there? Almost like they thought they had more time than actually was on the clock.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15.
On play action, here's Williams.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Robinson. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. 36 yards on the play.
Now we're 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw. Williams. Flush to his right. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down.
Play action. Now Williams.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
Tyquan Thornton
From 8 yards out.
And the Browns go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points.
So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Tyquan Thornton who brought in the touchdown reception to cap things off. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Well, now how about this return? A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The Raiders offense and Jaden Daniels getting set for this next possession. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way. These offenses, and typically one guy makes a big play and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left.
The fourth. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They've got a second down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. To the right side, this is Walker.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Las Vegas sending out their punter now as he's on to punt for the fourth time tonight. We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. This is 1st and 10. Back to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
19 tight. Set. Go.
They'll look to throw.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete. If you've been waiting, it's been worth the wait. It's 3rd down here.
Back to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The Raiders likely going to get out of this with a victory as they take a knee. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments.
get beside myself, I remind myself from. Think I gotta go through. I don't like therapists, I don't like most. You love me, my go-to. Love a team blind on top like Goku. Just left Noble, back in my dojo. Channel like Aura, got the whole Roku. Been big dog from the Tellero, told you. Wait, don't even know you. Step right, I'm a long trip. Blink of my VIP. Snicker my. Won't break, won't miss. Rich took his check out. We talking start like ball high. Pretty face guy like, bruh, how do I exist? In the gym every day, I'm gonna miss. Some of daddy like, boy, don't blow my assist. I got it. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Bro, I'm godlike. I'm judgy. I can't touch this girl. She musty. Bro, you flexing on IG. People like you disgust me. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. Just don't touch me. You're ugly. These women love me. Bro, they trying to me. That's the wrong way. Me back. Yeah, buddy, if you get lucky, it'll get yucky. Little buddy touch me. I can turn auntie into a. I'm in the S5 facing cuffy, cause I can't name that guy dummy. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Me, I'm the one goated. Tryna slow down my motion. It's written, you cannot control this. You gonna blow it. Them, they not important. Me, I'm the one goated. 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 I got it. Open up the rhyme book and read the composition. I can truly give about the competition. I'm in another atmosphere, I'm on another mission. Yeah, you know that boy Logic put pen to page like a petition. You always switching up your whole position. I can see it in your face like an esthetician. Food for thought, it's the highest caliber nutrition. Everything come out my mouth, that's my own cognition. I got out the hood, then got money in addition. I remember when that boy ain't had no pot to. They wouldn't